Have you ever felt alone, even when you were surrounded by people? That silent ache in your chest, that longing to escape, not just from others, but from yourself. What if I told you that solitude isn't your enemy, but your awakening? Because in silence, we hear ourselves. In stillness, we meet who we truly are. This is the psychology of solitude. We live in a world that worships noise. Every second, a ping, a notification, a voice, a screen. The world demands our attention, but rarely asks how we feel. So we scroll, we binge, we answer every text, but we ignore the only voice that matters, the one within. We fear being alone because we've been taught that being alone means being unwanted. But that is a lie. Solitude is not rejection, it is redirection. Let me tell you a story. In the year 1665, the Great Plague swept across England. Schools shut down, cities crumbled into silence, and a young man named Isaac Newton returned to his childhood home, alone. It was there in isolation, with no classes, no mentors, no distractions, that Newton sat under a tree and watched an apple fall. That moment, so simple, so mundane, sparked the idea of gravity. In solitude, Newton didn't break down. He broke through. He would later call that period the Year of Wonders. While the world suffered, he evolved. Not because he avoided solitude, but because he embraced it. Psychologically, solitude allows our brain to reset. It lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases our ability to reflect, create, and self-regulate. In a world that constantly demands output, solitude allows us to finally turn inward. But here's the challenge. Solitude is not comfortable at first. Why? Because it forces us to confront what we've been avoiding. Our regrets, our questions, our broken dreams. But in that confrontation lies clarity. Only in solitude do we realize which voices are ours and which were planted there by others. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Loneliness is the absence of others. Solitude is the presence of yourself. The great thinkers, the artists, the mystics, they all retreated from the world to find something deeper. Nietzsche once said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe." And that's still true today. Sometimes the only way to discover your truth is to step away from the noise. So what does solitude teach us? It teaches us to sit with our discomfort, to ask questions like, who am I when no one is watching? What do I believe when no one is influencing me? What kind of life do I want to create? Solitude strips us of distraction, but gives us with depth. It is not a weakness, it is a weapon. When used well, it becomes the forge where purpose, clarity, and courage are born. So the next time you feel alone, ask yourself, is this loneliness, or is this the doorway to something greater? Because sometimes to find yourself, you must first walk alone. This is not the end, it is the beginning of you. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more videos that dive deep into the mind, the self, and the unseen forces shaping our lives. Let the noise fade, and let the truth begin.